So today is our last night in Svalbard, in Longyearbyen. We're flying out tomorrow at 2:45 p.m. and in about 20 minutes we're gonna get picked up for a hike. It's like a 4-hour hike to a mountain somewhere out there, with a view on the city. So yeah, so overall great experience. Highly suggest doing this. And we're gonna walk towards the store right now where we buy our groceries. Plenty of places to go to here. You got souvenir stores. Here's a store with various sports equipment. You got a husky sleeping there on a porch. So yeah, pretty much if you forget something, you can buy it here, and they got all the legit brands that you would normally find online or in a store like REI or any of those. Some houses there in the background. As you can see, there's quite a bit of people. So while there's only about 2,000 people living here, there's tons and tons of tourists. Our guide yesterday was telling us that sometimes they get a shock because they got multiple people coming in. If a cruise ship comes in with 5,000 passengers on it, in comparison to 2,000 people actually living here, that's a pretty big shock for them. Kind of surprised how they can even manage the influx of people. But yeah, so that's one of the hot issues, you could say. But yeah, that's another store over there. And this right here is Svalbard Boutique. That's the store we've been shopping at. And maybe if we have some time in the morning, we're gonna go all the way down there. So what is the official name for this peak?
Like Lindholm's Högda. It's all plateau to me.
Plateau. So we are on top of the plateau. We actually can't see Longyearbyen anymore. Just a little bit there in the distance. Seen a lot of reindeer poo. No polar bears. We can see that transfer station there in the distance, the one we went to a day ago, or actually 2 days ago on the sleds or on the wheels, whatever you want to call them.
You can see nicely, here it goes to -5. There -6, but not to 7 because 7 they decided not to use it, so it just ends at -6. There's -7. The red buildings on
all the way on top. So this is, let me see if I can find it, around here. Yeah, unfortunately, the thing with the GoPro is, you know, if you want the wide angle, you want the panorama, you lose all the details. I guess it's a okay trade-off. So we're almost done, and we came back all the way from there. That tip. So it's I think midnight. Actually, let me check. No, it is 12:23 at night. So almost 1 a.m. Well, this is what 1 a.m. looks like in the summer in Svalbard. Pretty awesome. Anyway, so we came back from the hike. It was brutal. It was a lot of fun. Very, very steep. I captured a little bit. I didn't capture the going up and going down since kind of had to have two hands and didn't have my harness. But I'll try to put as much footage as I can of that trip. So we're about to go to sleep. Tomorrow morning we need to pack, and we are heading to the last bus tour. And after that we're flying to Oslo, and from Oslo we're gonna go to Lillehammer. So kind of sad that we're leaving, but time to move on. Travel day and a power outage. So we just lost electricity in the room, and I actually wonder if it's in the whole hotel. I would say so. It's not like we were using any or plugging anything in that would cause the fuses to blow. As far as the weather, I mean, nothing really changed since I taped last night at 12:30. You know, a bit after midnight, and the sun's actually on the other side right now. So what it does is just goes in circles and comes back around and keeps going like that. And that's because the angle the Earth is positioned at towards the sun. It's always tilted a little bit. So that's why also you get this this weird thing with you know, southern hemisphere getting summer when northern hemisphere has winter, because of that tilting. So anyways, yeah, so we are kind of, you know, tilted towards the sun. We're still at a further distance because Earth is round, but because of the tilt, the sun is always above the horizon. And I think in 3 days it's supposed to get to the horizon or something like that, which is gonna cause some crazy colors on the sky, but I mean, it's still gonna be bright. So yeah, I don't think the electricity is a problem, but I'm just curious if this is happening everywhere. So we'll take a shower in the dark, and we'll then head out to the lobby and find out what's up.
Beautiful island. Forget diapers and morphine. Here you always, and with no exception, die in an accident with the shoes on. And from 1906 till 2006, I've counted each and every one. Totally, in 100 years, 768 men. But now we got the graveyard up there. And the strange thing is, there is only 30. Yeah, 768 dead, but they buried 30.
So we are right outside of Longyearbyen, taking our last excursion, which is a tour bus. A very nice gentleman in there is explaining us everything about the city. We only had about 4 hours before the flight, so this was naturally the best option instead of sitting in a hotel or walking around the town. So let me show you a little of the surroundings. So you can see these constructions. There's one right here, and there's another two right here. They're made out of wood, and they go all along the side of the mountain. And there's another one here and here and here. So what they did, they had cables running from the mine all the way through, using those constructions. And on the cables you had carts with coal. That was the delivery system for the coal. Obviously there's not much mining going on here nowadays, so this is it's kind of left over. The guide from yesterday when we were hiking told us that these constructions have to be intact for about 2 more years, because that's when the lease runs out. I think I want to say a Russian company that owns all this stuff, and as long as they keep it intact for 2 more years, then they can get rid of it after. And on the other side you can see some barracks where people live right now. So we were told that when the coal miners went to work, the other coal miners were sleeping and they used to share beds. So as soon as they were done with with mining, they went back and they had to swap. And you can actually see remnants of the coal mine right there on top. And of course there's the wooden constructions going all the way down the hill. So let me just get a quick shot of the city from here and we're gonna move on.
Yeah, the scooter mecca here on left side. Now I got 5,500 of these machines in town. It's an enormous industry all winter renting these out to the tourists. And they're fast as motorcycles. And lots of tourists has only seen snow and ice in telly. Yeah, you're so intelligent, you might have understood it. It's this industry that creates most work.
So we are by Green Dog. Actually not Green Dog. We are by base camp, dog yard. And as you can see, there's a bunch of dogs down there. And what they've done, you see like a construction right down here, and what's hanging there, there's 3 carcasses of seals. So the idea was that if a polar bear comes in, it's gonna go for the seals and not for the dogs. So we actually went with Green Dog dog yard, and you can see, actually you can see it here on the hill. They have over 300 dogs back there, so they had several camps. And I believe right now we are going to drive all the way up there, which is gonna take us to these humongous dishes. And we left the original valley where Longyearbyen is. So behind me you have the only active mine that's still out here, the one right there. And we're almost on top of the valley, so behind me you'll see a valley right now. And again, we came from Longyearbyen, so that would be somewhere back there behind the mountain right here. Yesterday we climbed this peak there. Our dogs were right here, and the horses were actually on the other side. You won't be able to tell. So when we went to Pyramiden, we got on a boat over here and we went up the fjords, and when we went to Martinsburg we went the other direction. So these right here are radars to measure electromagnetic fields. The not really sure exactly who owns them, but I'll just take a quick picture of the sign over here. Falling ice from antennas, non-ionizing radiation, and they're huge. I don't really have time to walk up to them, but you can see the size of the building and the size of the dish. It's kind of stuff you see in movies usually. And back there, where we came from. Alright, so we're on the left side of Longyearbyen. We got the airport right here. So this is where we're going to be flying from, and that's where we flew in when we got here 3 days ago. And here a little bit in the distance, you'll be able to see this silver building, and that silver building is the global seed vault in Svalbard, so the most popular seed vault in the world. Can't get there right now. There's construction going on, so one, you can't enter unless you work there or unless you're depositing seeds, and I think the seeds are deposited by private entities. So we were told that North Korea actually deposited some seeds there as well. So yeah, you can't go there. You can kind of see it from far away. There's still some building out here, and I think if you continue driving all the way up, we might go there, I'm not sure. There's a road all the way up this mountain. If you continue going there, you're gonna get to an antenna array, which is part United States and part other countries. And if you can see, far in the distance there, you got a bunch of mountains, and that's supposedly in the North American tectonic plate, versus this one is not. So these mountains here are made out of different minerals, so you can see they don't really have peaks. The erosion from ice and melting and all that stuff is kind of making them flat. It's giving them plateaus, as you've seen in the hike we've done yesterday. But over there in the distance, they are built a little bit different. And here, you probably can't see it because of the clouds, but they actually have pretty sharp peaks. Those are made out of stones that are a lot harder than what you have here. I don't know exactly the composition, but yeah, still an interesting fact. And yesterday when we were hiking, there was a polar bear walking on the shore on the other side. A helicopter flew in from Longyearbyen and kind of kept pushing it away. Finally went around the corner. This is the second time this happened within last several days. So again, you can see the global seed vault a little closer right down here. It's actually somebody walking in, their construction worker, I believe. Over here somewhere, you can see a remnant of a coal mine. So yeah, I mean, it's nothing spectacular. It's a very small building. Kind of curious how it looks inside. I think you can probably look it up on YouTube and see that. I always imagine it as a huge underground base, but I don't think it's that. I think it's just a warehouse with shelves and drawers and all that filled with seeds. So last stop before we leave, we're gonna go to the Svalbard boutique and we're gonna take a look at some of the stuff they sell there. So we're at the store right now. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be filming here or not, so if it cuts off all of a sudden, you know the deal. So they got everything here. You can dye your hair, you can get any kind of products. I mean, technically this is a full-blown store. This is not not like a little shop in Ísafjörður or some other part of Iceland. We went to food for dogs. Spices, dry products, pasta, stuff in cans. And of course, souvenirs. I mean, you gotta have the souvenirs. Cleaning products. People have normal households here, so you gotta have all this stuff. Very well equipped store. Can you hold them? So gonna get these right here. Why? Because they're not fried. If you look at the ingredients, they got a pretty solid amount of fiber and protein. Also, it's gonna be a decent snack on the plane. I've been eating sandwiches pretty much all week, so I'm kind of sick of that. So I guess I'm supposed to ask the manager to tape, so I'm not gonna tape out in the open, but we got some soy milk here. We've been getting this for the last few days. Chocolate oat milk. I mean, these brands right here, you can get at Whole Foods in America. This you can get at Target and Whole Foods. So everything's very popular.